All right, today is March the 10th, 2016. We're watching the eastern U.S. water vapor loop. We still have that low pressure. This is a mid and upper level low pressure. This is a very large vortex right here, and this is spinning right over Mexico. It is moving very slowly to the north. And this is that system we've been watching now for 2 days. This has been parked deliberately so right over Mexico right here. And this has been winding a lot of very severe weather up into the south. We can see Alabama, uh, Louisiana, and Arkansas, I guess, is right there, getting a lot of rain. What's happening here is they've got this stalled. There's high pressure. This has all been installed in here a as a buffer zone. I'll call it that tonight. Call it a buffer zone. All through here, this is all high pressure that's been deliberately put into place to shield this weather from mixing and merging with what's going on over on the North Pacific, the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. We have a Pineapple Express pattern right here, and that is moving a lot of moisture in to Northern California. We had a storm moving in over Vancouver and Washington yesterday. We were watching that yesterday. That's up here now. But the people running this weather modification program have high pressure installed all through here to prevent any merging of what's happening here with what's going on right down there. And we have another very large storm system right here. This has got a transmitter on it. We can see the little dark area right there. They've got that's actually a little rectangle right there. Take a look at that. Not very well formed, but it's up here. It's a fairly good representation of a right angle. Take a look at some of these other maps. Actually, we can see a rectangular shape here. This is a very powerful 965 millibar, I believe it is, hurricane force storm. And this is actually forecast to move in a easterly direction. Put the grid on here. That's actually moving to the east. Okay, so today in Southern California, we had very, very heavy chemtrail spraying, and from horizon to horizon, it was just awful. We were choking all day long on chemtrail mix. Right now at 10:38, we have a temperature of 57 degrees. The relative humidity is 72%. The dew point is 48 degrees, and the barometric pressure is 30 inches even. Okay, let's look at this is the sea level pressure analysis, and this has changed just a little bit from yesterday. This area of high pressure right here is reduced a little bit. It's now 1,016 millibar right off the central and southern California area coast, and that may allow some of this weather to move in. There's a trough at the 500 and 300 millibar level. It's supposed to move in and maybe bring some rain to our region, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Things tend to change very quickly these days with the weather. The weather people on TV don't seem to know what's going to happen from day to day. All right, here's the jet stream. We can see things are moving fairly smoothly. Does a U-turn down here by the Hawaiian Islands, and then we actually Hawaii's down here. Does a U-turn and we head back up to the northeast into the Pacific Northwest right there. All right, here's the western U.S. water vapor loop, and we can see a much better picture of what's happening. And we had very heavy chemtrailing all day long, aerosol spraying all through the Southern California area, and that's because we had a shot of rain. Right here we had a Pineapple Express moisture field that was moving in. Perfect opportunity for rain, perfect opportunity for filling some reservoirs. And so the question is why are these jets out spraying our skies to stop that rain? Those aerosols put a capping inversion layer over the top of these incoming clouds, this moisture field, and that prevents lift. And we have to have two things for rain. We have to have lift and moisture. We've got the moisture, but we don't have the lift because these jets are spraying this stuff all over the place, and we can see it going on right here, all through there. We'll take a look at that. All right, let's move on here to the, this is the infrared loop. You can see most of that Pineapple Express flow is moving in on the jet stream right here into Northern California, and that'll fill some reservoirs for sure right up there, Lake Tahoe right here. Okay, and we've got a lot of high pressure all through here that was installed to prevent this upper level low pressure system from merging with any of this weather. Okay, here's the East Pacific Water Vapor Loop, and we can see what's happening here. We have a lot of chemtrail activity all through here. You can really see it. It's going crazy out here. So there's just not a whole lot of moisture left to get on shore. Most of it's been chemtrail offshore, and what's left, they just spray the heck out of us all day long. All right, here's the 500 millibar map. We can see this is that these troughs here are supposed to move in and trough low pressure and bring some rain. And here is the 300 millibar. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Let's take a look next at the, this is a MODIS Today color satellite map showing the offshore chemtrail activity. This map must have been photoshopped because there's absolutely zero aerosols shown on this map today. All through here, if we just move the camera around, there was chemtrails all over the place and all over Los Angeles, over the mountains, but there's nothing showing today. Offshore, we can see plenty, but this is all chemtrail mix here. This gray, off-white gray color, that's all chemtrail mix. Also, this stuff here is this is not natural clouds either. Here we have some natural clouds right down here. I don't trust this map. They've modified this. We had a whole lot of chemtrail activity all over this area, and we can see right here some evidence of tampering. We've got very unusual right here, just dead ends right here at the shoreline. That should probably extend on shore. This little area right here. You do see one streak right here. Okay, next is the surface analysis map. And we can see that gale-force system right here. This is supposed to move in tomorrow and bring some rain. We're showing 1,019 millibar right here, right offshore of California. Blocking high pressure. There's a big ridge right here. So we'll have to see what happens next. We've got a lot of high pressure out here as well. And we have a very big hurricane force storm here. This is actually 959 millibar right here. Hurricane force system that's moving to the east. And then we have the eastern U.S. water vapor loop. When this is allowed to move into the U.S., which apparently they're going to let that move in, it's already moving to the north. And they've got a transmitter right on this side of it. We've got high pressure right here on this side, and that's going to cause a lot of wild weather. We can already see they've got this thing corralled yesterday that was completely surrounded by high pressure, and we can see the effect that's having right here. A lot of violent winds, and that's going to continue as long as they keep the high pressure on top of this. as it moves into the U.S. So this will probably cause a lot of tornadoes and very violent weather. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so that's it. That's the summary for today, and we will do another update tomorrow.